Health Initiatives for Youth is a multicultural organization whose mission is to improve the health and well-being of underserved young people through innovative youth leadership, popular education, and advocacy in pursuit of multi-level social change.
One of the things I love about Hify is that we take a holistic approach to health. We're not just talking about HIV and STI prevention, we're talking about how to make whole communities healthier.
Hify stands for Health Initiatives for Youth. We are a nonprofit youth development organization. Our main goal is to provide health education in many different ways to young people in the Bay Area.
Hify is a fiscal sponsor of Dimensions Clinic, which provides free healthcare to queer and questioning youth in San Francisco. We also collaborate with the Adolescent Health Working Group, which promotes the health and well-being of San Francisco youth.
Hify was founded in 1992 to make sure that youth received services for prevention and treatment during the height of the AIDS epidemic.
I found about Hify because they did like a workshop with me and I was really interested and I liked the way how they set up the group shops and taught us, and then they had like different games. It was just like, this is nice.
All these creative people come together and create programs for youth that are not only like one topic focus. It's not just health, it's not just violence, it's not just queer education. We're, tackling everything, and it's like we do it with media, we do it with our trainings and our workshops. We also are doing youth development. We're not only being like, okay, this is our orientation towards the world, but we're like, sharing with young people and giving them their own opportunity to like express their perspective.
If we're really trying to talk about health, then we really need to talk about the issues affecting health, which are usually tied to the oppressions that people are facing on a daily basis.
I definitely would say I'm more aware of a lot of communities and a lot of oppression that happens and how I used to contribute to it, but also how I can not contribute to it and be an ally.
Currently, Hify offers 2 different types of media workshops for youth. All of those workshops, we focus on a health topic like healthy relationships or self-esteem, while also putting all that information together into a zine, which is an independent magazine publication, or a digital story.
We have resource guides such as the Young Women Survival Guide and the Adolescent Provider Guide, which are more detailed books that we provide for people in the community.
The Young Women's Survival Guide is a comprehensive guide dedicated to the health and well-being of young women, especially young women who live in the Bay Area. The guide includes different aspects of health such as menstruation and STI, safer sex, but it also looks at sexuality and relationships.
We also have zines that we put out like Pretty Girls, which are targeted towards young women in particular and include their stories and their artwork, as well as resources for young women. We have a training department that does workshops for young people. That same department also does trainings for adult providers who work with youth.
One of the issues that the youth are facing and that I deal with that Hify helped me address is that a lot of the young girls are thinking about having sex, and they talk to me about it. After taking the positive sexuality workshop, I feel more equipped to be able to handle that.
I feel like Hify's trainings are really, really well done. I feel like a lot of thought, a lot of times been put into it.
They say the youth are the future. They are. And by giving them information and doing workshops for them, we're giving them things to build on.
I think youth development's awesome because it takes where they're at and validates it and lets them grow and create their own experience from there. I just like that youth development really puts them in the driver's seat.
We have youth speaking to youth in their own terms, in their own language, with their slang, in a way that they can relate and understand, and they don't feel that someone that's not like them is talking to them about how they should be and what they should be doing.
I think the biggest misconception is that we're here to do this work solely just for youth, to help the youth out, like they need our help. But I think in reality, it's the other way around. We're helping them so that they can help us later on.
I've seen a lot of programs that, adults will think that they know what the main problem is, and then they'll create these programs around like their own ideas about what youth need, and youth won't show up to their workshops, youth won't be engaged in like the kind of programs that they have out there. So I think that youth development is really important for making programs that work and having youth respond well to them. Another thing that I value about youth development is how it creates like youth leadership. And one of the ways that I like how Hify does that is actually paying young people to be staff members here.
We have our peer education department, which is based out of Oakland. We hired 12 to 15 Oakland youth and train them how to be health educators. And they do health workshops for young people all over the Bay Area.
Well, the reason I wanted to become a peer health educator was, just so that I could pass on any knowledge I could, because a lot of people used to ask me questions and I always wanted to give them an answer, So I want to make sure that I give them the right answer.
A lot of the ways that I believe that the peer education program is so powerful in ally building is that they're exposing these young folks to issues, ideas, and lifestyles that they've never even heard of before.
Here we can speak our minds. We can do we're not doing whatever we want, but here we can speak our minds. We don't have to be all silent because the teacher might send you to the principal's office. No, it's nothing like that.
I wanted to become a peer health educator because I like working with my peers and I like talking about topics such as health, because a lot of people are very uninformed and ignorant about several topics like sex and drugs and STIs and HIV and AIDS.
I feel like I've learned so much from everybody here, and I feel like I'm sharing who I am too a lot.
Hify has definitely succeeded at teaching all the youth that are in the program now extensively about the 4 topics that we cover. I also think that everybody will leave with a sense of leadership and a sense of importance that they may not have had when they came into Hify.
This is what I love now. Like I was thinking about last night, this is what I love. I love to teach others. And even I'm young, I love just to teach others. And, older people, I love to teach older people that don't know. And I know,
Being a peer, I had to step up. It taught me and I learned. And one of the reasons I signed up was because it wasn't about me, it was about my community.